So as we move into question six, there is a document here that you can print out, this empirical rule document, and also this one here can be very helpful to answer some questions in the upcoming assignments. So keep that in mind. This empirical rule document and this empirical rule for normal distribution document, feel free to use those, especially this one you can print out to actually help you with homework. So let me pause and find our homework. So question six. Suppose 170 geology students measure the mass of an oryx sample. So like I said, here we get into some science measurements, biology, or geology, I should say. Due to human error and limitations in the reliability of the balance, not all the readings are equal. The results are found to closely approximate a normal curve with the mean of 81 grams and a standard deviation of 2 grams. Use the symmetry of the normal curve and the empirical rule as needed to estimate the number of students reporting readings between 77 grams and 85 grams. So feel free to pause this and read that a couple of times because that's what I'm going to do. So what we're looking for is using the empirical rule, estimate the number of students reporting readings between 77 and 85 grams. Now notice that the mean was 81. So if the mean is 81, that's here. That's out there in the middle. So again, you can print this document out off the blackboard that I said there. Notice that the standard deviation is 2. So if I go out 2 this way, I'm going to get 83, 85, and 87. If I drop down 2, that's going to be 79, 77, and what's it, 75? So what we want is using symmetry of the normal curve and the empirical rule as needed, estimate the number of students reporting readings between 77 and 85. So we're looking for the number of students. So we know that there's 170 geology students. We're trying to figure out how many of those got readings between 77 and 85 grams. Well, 77 to 85 is within 2 standard deviations from the mean. So this area here is what we're looking for. So using the empirical rule, if we're within 2 standard deviations, that would be 95% of the students then. So 95% of the students is what we're talking about. Now, they want us to actually determine the number of students. So we can do some math here about changing this to 95% of, and then the students we said was 170 geology students. So 95% of 170 would be what we're looking for. Let me get this homework out of the way here. So remember, that really just means 0.95 times 170 because the word of implies multiplication in our basic math here. So see if I can find my calculator. So if I do 0.95 times, oops, that's not a multiplication symbol, times 170, that should tell me how many students got those readings. So 161.5. And I'm assuming we're going to be rounding up. So I don't see anything about rounding, but we can't have a half of a student. So estimate the number of students. So I would be going to 162 students. So 162 students had that. Okay.